Hey there, Angry Faithful. I just wanted to drop in, bend your ear a little bit, get your attention. So if you're not listening, drop what you're doing and pay attention to me because I'm here to inform you that not only can you get your daily, maybe if you're binging it, I'm not sure, that's entirely up to you, but you can multiply your doses of angry me fuckery by paying attention to all of the platforms upon which you can find either the dulcet tones of my voice and David's voice or my pretty face and David's not so pretty face. Anyways, digressing, we not only we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we're on Rumble, we're on Google, Apple Podcast. We have a TikTok page. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and of course Facebook. So if you find yourself fuckery deprived, curl up with a nice hot mug of shut the fuck up and just listen. Open those ear holes and be prepared to be cream pied like it's the first time. Thanks for listening.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Nerd Sports, we're going to talk about dodgeball. Dodgeball is an interesting sport that you use bows and arrows, which the tip is actually foam, and you try to dodge, just like dodgeball.
Just the you can dodge an arrow. If you can dodge an arrow, you can dodge a ball.
Fuck yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Do we want to do the soccer news at the end?
And just, are we going to talk about how Iran lost to the U.S. men's team?
Oh yeah, and not even that. There's a lot of news, and you'll end up like talking our ear off. So, how China is censoring the crowd because all the crowd are wearing no mask at all, and they're censoring the crowd because of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you go, you'll go far enough on this thing, and I've divvied up on this, and it's all because they are rioting in China.
They're rioting in China. I've seen TikToks all over the place. The Chinese government are welding people's doors to their apartment buildings.
They've actually been doing that.
They're quarantining
of COVID.
Yeah, like they
go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
They're actually going as far as what people in the street were wanted to do here when they said zero COVID. Like this is what they wanted to implement, but we have the Second Amendment that prevents such silliness.
Right. Yeah. For those of our listening audience that live abroad, remember every single solitary one of our freedoms here, all of our amendments that are in our Bill of Rights and our Constitution are protected by the second. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. Looking at you, Australia, who blindly turned over all of your guns to your government.
Well, they're still part of they're still part of England, so that's so is Canada.
The United Kingdom
will kick your ass.
And it's great.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's true.
I feel like calling them. It's basically the same as New Zealand.
Okay, so the scores from today from the World Cup. I'm going to go over those real quick before we jump into our football stuff.
Okay.
American football, because I keep seeing those. It's soccer, it's football, and then Peyton Manning gets in on. So England, who managed to come to a 0-0 tie or a draw, as it's called on the pitch, with the United States men's team. Fun fact that England has never beaten the U.S. in World Cup play.
Undefeated, baby.
I mean, I'm not saying that we handed them a third L, but, that's why they spelled canceled with 2.
I mean, we did. What's sad is we beat Wales, which would have been a hard.
It was a 1-1 draw with Wales.
Yeah,
and it was nothing draw against England.
Yeah,
and then we go out and we play Iran and we beat them 1-0.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was in full time. That wasn't penalty kicks. That wasn't extended time. That was full time. That was the full 90-minute match.
But England beat Wales 3-0. We beat Iran 1-0. Interesting fact about that was that in the pregame conference or press conference, they were talking to one of the U.S. players. I saw this video on TikTok. This Iranian journalist was just raking our guy over the coals about, well, one, you're not being respectful because you mispronounce our country's name. It's Iran, not Iran or Iran. It's Iran.
Ron. It's Ron.
It's Ron, right? And then he starts, he's like, well, how can you play for a country that is notorious for beating down, human rights violations and civil rights violations? And he talks about the Black Lives Matters movement. But this is the black player. And he goes, well, I grew up in a white family with an African-American background. So, I mean, I'm able to assimilate into other cultures. He said, first of all, thank you for correcting me on the pronunciation of your country's name. I halfway expected him to throw Iran under the bus about their treatment of homosexuals. But he didn't, man. I'm like sitting there going, please say it, please say it, please say it. And
I would be that asshole because I've already talked. Me and Chris already talked about this about venting people that are seemingly handicapped. And I was like, I'll push a motherfucker out of a wheelchair. I have no problem about it, just to check and make sure.
Yeah,
I'm that asshole.
He going to know what Paul Walker felt like just before he died.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy in Dripping Springs that defrauded a veteran charity. He was saying that he was fully paralyzed, so they basically gave him a house, and turns out that he's only partially paralyzed. He can walk when he wants to. He's not wheelchair bound at all. And Ken's 5, the news station here in San Antonio, actually caught him on camera face to face. Like, a reporter was standing at his garage and the guy's standing there. And they're like, hey, what's going on here?
Oh yeah, so, he was moving like lumber and everything out of the truck and everything. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So yeah. Now I'm like,
I mean, I'm glad that they out people like that, but man, I'm telling you, I mean, okay, so twice a week, my father-in-law, who lives in El Campo, he teaches in Angleton, so he stays with us twice a week to kind of cut down on mileage and stuff, right? So he's over here Tuesdays and Thursdays. So tonight is Tuesday, and he watches the evening news. And I'm like, I can't stand the evening news. Like, I don't like watching it.
Yeah. It's never good news. Anyway. It's never good stuff.
Right. But, this is the network news. This is CBS, right? So I'm like, all right, here we go. Political dribble, right? It must have been a very, very slow news day because they did a piece about the Middle Tennessee State marching band. And I'm like,
of all places.
Of all things.
Now, if you've ever been to Tennessee, MTSU is based out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is south of Nashville.
Right.
It's a great campus. I've been there. Murfreesboro is home of the American Nissan manufacturing plant, where they do a lot of like the Xteras whenever they were part of the Nissan line. I think the Frontier is built there in Tennessee. Nothing against Nissan or anything like that, but I'm like, how slow of a news day is it that when you can't even come up with a decent hit piece against a Republican on your news on your network news, gotta go cover a college marching band? I'm like, all right, that's fine. But getting back into World Cup, okay. The Netherlands beat the host country, Qatar, 2-0.
Good. I hope they lose every single match.
That's elimination. They're at the elimination.
Oh, you're right. They are. You're right.
Now, to be fair, I don't think that Qatar advanced out of group play. So all the matches that you've seen to this point have been in group play. So in order to advance out of the group, you have to have a certain record, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Americans at this point now are 1-0-2. So they're technically undefeated. They've got a 1,000% winning percentage kind of a deal. So they advance out to the knockout round, which is the round of 16 coming up. let's see, they've got more group stages tomorrow. They've got group C and D playing tomorrow. Thursday, they've also got group E and F. Let me see here. Here's what I love about group E. Group at some point you think that FIFA's going to get it right and they're going to separate Japan and Germany from being in the same group.
No.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah, no, Italy's on there too.
Yeah, and Italy's in the same group.
Yes, I was looking at that. I was like,
well, until about halfway through, and then they'll switch to a different.
it's still
Yeah,
funny,
didn't I
though.
bring that up? And I'm like, I brought that up on Facebook because I think it was you that posted that, Chris. You know, group play is going to extend all the way through Friday. As
I
a
bet a
matter
lot
of
of them are going.
I don't see Italy playing. They're not playing again. So I think Italy's out. But the round of 16 starts on Saturday. And the first round of 16 match was announced. It is the U.S. hosting the Netherlands. Now, this is a knockout. This is the single elimination. So the U.S. needs to show up, show out, and actually put together more than one goal against the Netherlands, because the Netherlands, in their last outing,
They scored 3 or 4.
Yeah, they scored twice today against Qatar. So, not saying that Qatar is any good. They're the host country. I'm not saying that there was any bribery involved. Make it rain. But
they don't have a whole documentary about that or anything.
I would, yeah, right. I would say that there was, a fair amount of stripper tips involved, but we know how Qatar feels about women showing skin.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. And I saw a great meme, and it makes me think, George Washington knew that he was going to be on the dollar bill, and he was proud because his infantrymen were going to be shoving his face in the G-string of strippers 200 years from now. And I was like, yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
brings it was a tear to the eye.
Right, I promised myself I was going to do this. Right,
America.
Right. So, getting into NFL football now, David, I did get a notification on my phone that you had made an edit to the note. And I went in there to look at it, and I'm like, I don't see anything that was changed. And I definitely don't see anything that was added.
You didn't see anything because I used it as a reference to the Robinson family murders. I put Psychos and Sociopaths, Robertsons and family murders on there, and it didn't work out. So I just used Windows or Word.
Okay.
I was copying and pasting it so I can get it onto the stuff.
Oh, well, here for so that way in the future, create a new file and don't fuck with our picks.
And it's fun to mess with you.
I think we need an internal investigation into this, because the math ain't mathing. This is very fishy.
Look,
we need some oversight into this. The people demand answers.
Math is math.
Huh? Weird. I'm in charge of this shit show, so shut the fuck up, all of you. How about that? Is that good enough for you?
That's basically how most internal investigations go.
We decorated for Christmas in our house already. And so we got the big tree that my sister-in-law and my wife put together in the living room. And there's a tree upstairs in the game room. And I'm like, okay, that's my tree, because I want it to be as nerdy as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got like the old Hallmark X-Wing fighter ornament hanging in there. I've got a bunch of Doctor Who shit in there. I mean, I've got an entire string of lights that's nothing but TARDISes.
I still gotta find all my Star Wars, because my dad has the Star Trek ones, and he has all the Enterprise.
I'm trying. I want to find a way to possibly talk my parents out of giving me the old Hallmark Star Trek ornaments, because they've got a D9 Klingon battle cruiser. They've got the Galileo space shuttle or spacecraft, and then they've got the original series Enterprise. And I'm like, oh, it's so bad. Anyways, so today we went to HEB, and I found it, the leg lamp ornament from A Christmas Story.
Oh God.
So I bought it. It's on the tree. But to be more specific, if David looks directly up and over his left shoulder, he sees Bad Touch Bob. I found a Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting ornament.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, that
Bob
is
Ross
glorious.
he has a predominant place on the
Oh,
upstairs
he'd be
tree.
absolutely front and center. Like you can't.
Oh yeah, and
Nobody
next
puts
year,
Bob in the corner.
see, this year my wife found these like elf legs that stick up, right? So they're sticking out of the top of the tree. But next year I'm either going to get a rotating and talking R2D2 tree topper.
Oh,
I'm gonna get
they
dude.
make those?
yes, or
Ah,
I'm gonna get a
fuck.
Darth Vader with an LED light or LED lit lightsaber, and I'm going to make a Sithmas tree.
Ah, fuck. That's awesome.
All
I've
the
never,
lights will be red.
I've never been more attracted to you than I am right now.
I mean, I can't help it.
Are we gonna see some beard on beard action next time?
Hey,
Who
take a
says
lesson.
you're invited?
Hey, take a lesson from all the lesbians in this country, and for the world for that matter. Don't run with scissors and don't scissor with the runs.
We got a bonus joke this week, folks.
I know, right? That's the only reason why Chris comes to this whole thing, anyways.
Right,
He's
it's for the joke time with Colin, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so getting into the NFL, we start off with our Thanksgiving games. We got 2 out of 3 right that day.
Yeah.
We got the Bills over the Lions, the Cowboys over the Giants, and I had the Patriots picked. And to be fair, the Patriots should have won because the state of the officiating in the NFL is a travesty. Their wide receiver Henry caught that ball on the goal line. Clearly see still photos. His fingers are under the ball. The NFL went back and looked at it after it was challenged and took the touchdown away. They said it was an incomplete pass, that the ball touched the ground. You can clearly see his fingertips underneath the ball, right? Going to the Cowboys game, CeeDee Lamb had what should have been a touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. That was called back and not touchdown. It was called incomplete. But yet, and we're going to get into this game with the Jaguars over the Ravens. Their wide receiver, his shin came down out of bounds before his second foot even thought about touching the ground, and they called that a touchdown. Where's the consistency? I mean, the NFL's officiating this year is worse in the department of consistency and the enforcement of the rules than NASCAR is about infractions and detrimental to stock car racing.
What was that one video you sent me, Chris, about the games being rigged? It was like the tie score between Green Bay and Cowboys. Was that
Yeah.
I saw that.
Because they were calling they would call it just as they would start,
because it's Vegas, because the
Yeah.
Cowboys to beat the spread, the Cowboys needed to score a touchdown because they were a +4 underdog.
well
They're favored by 4 in that game. Now, if Vegas stood to lose a lot of money if the Cowboys covered the spread, which driving down the field like they would have scored a touchdown and it would have been fine. But for whatever reason, if I remember correctly, there seemed to be a little bit of a delay between the officiating crew and getting back to the pace of play, right? It's almost like somebody was talking to the officials. I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm saying that the NFL needs to try harder to not make it look so obvious. That's all I'm saying. So we went 2 for 3 on Thanksgiving Day. I was surprised about the Patriots game. I thought the Patriots had that game won, but for whatever reason, now Kirk Cousins, I think He's a good quarterback, man, but I don't know. I think that the Vikings had a lot of help from the Zebras in that game. That's all I'm saying. Now, we are going to move on from Thanksgiving Day, and we picked the Carolina Panthers to beat the Donkeys of Denver. And the Donkeys held true to their word.
That was
Lost
the Colts.
23.
Did
I'm
not
waiting
see
for David to go, well, if I pick them again this week, maybe they'll win.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
I just don't understand why he keeps picking them.
Well, it because you weren't here last week, but last week, whenever we had to go over the week before, and David decided to go against the grain and pick two teams on his own that was opposite to what we had picked as a company.
See, whenever
See
I
that?
go against the grain, David, I pick correctly. That's how you're supposed to do it.
So for those of you keeping score at home, David is officially 0-2 for individual picks.
So we canceled the sports show like 20 minutes ago. I don't know if you knew this. It was a weird thing. We're just not bringing in the numbers, people.
This
So-
whole recording completely just got lost in the mix. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's mysterious.
I deal with all this stuff, and I
There
know
was-
what I'm doing.
We had another internal investigation. We found nothing wrong.
Yeah, because we found out that the CEO had control of everything. We fucking forgot. Holy shit! What happened?
Vegas was involved. It's weird. It's a thing. Lawyers, their subpoenas out. I don't know.
Dude, could you imagine if someone was gambling that this fucking thing was gonna fail? I would be like, it's like,
So
guys,
Yeah,
no, I was like, guys, I found something out. So we're canceling all of our shows. We're getting rid of this fucking shit. Why? I'll tell you later. In my jag. We all getting jags.
no, see, the trick is you don't make any deposits of more than 10 grand into your account because
9 grand.
by law, banks are required to report that. So we have to make small incremental deposits over time and not flash the cash. That's just like if I ever win the lottery, I'm not telling a soul, but there's going to be signs.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
Well, there'd be a big
I'm
sign.
gonna
It's like,
start. I'm going to start showing up to functions with you guys and not have to worry about what my tab looks like.
They're drinking on us. Like, oh shit,
Right?
Johnny
Yeah.
did something good.
what's Johnny doing here? I don't know. What's
I'm
is
just
that
going to look at
golden
you. I'm gonna
cock
be like-
ring?
No, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to be like, it is best that you don't ask me those types of things.
He's like, no. Above the bar. Get the stuff above the bar. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, that Patron Respado right up there. That stuff. Okay. So moving on, the Donkeys did lose to the Panthers 10-23. There's a lot of hate for Russell Wilson in the country right now, especially in Denver. You missed it last week. There's a rumor going around that Russell Wilson requested to immediately be released from the team after their loss last week, or the week before, rather.
Oh yeah.
Because one of his linemen starts blasting music by Future in the
I
locker room.
heard about that.
And Future is Russell Wilson's ex-wife.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah. So apparently Russell Wilson's not a big Future fan. Moving on, we had the Buccaneers picked to beat the Browns. Tom Brady. I'm
That's listen, that's not your fault because nobody could have seen that coming.
I'm not saying I'm disappointed in you, Tom. I'm disappointed in your defense for allowing 23 points against I almost said the Detroit Tigers, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. I mean, they're in neck and neck race with the Detroit Lions for seeing who can piss away the first round draft pick the fastest. Right now, I think Houston's in the lead for that. I'm just putting that out there. That's all I'm saying. Moving on, we also had the Ravens picked to beat the Jaguars.
Yeah, who could have seen that coming?
What the hell happened? 28-27 Jaguars. I mean, huh? Okay. Bring sanity back to the fold.
Maybe turkey is a superfood.
I smoked my turkey for Thanksgiving.
Oh, dude, we smoked 3 turkeys. Oh, dude. Oh,
Oh, no. See, what I did is I brined it the day before, pulled it out that morning, pat dried the whole thing down. I spatchcocked it, right? Cut out the spine, flipped it over, and pressed it until it cracked, right? Then I put a Perini Ranch dry rub on it. Bro.
You did the same thing. It's fucking delicious.
I did a turkey breast because it was just me and the kids. So I did a turkey breast.
I
did a roast with just a little bit of bone, like chicken bone broth in the bottom of the pan, and then roasted with just, the season stuff like that. Dude, came out, it was just dripping. It was so moist. It was amazing.
No, the creme de la creme.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, you're kind of turning me on right now.
No. The creme de la creme for this Thanksgiving. And my brother-in-law made this. It's okay. He put a line of sausage on an iron skillet and put stuffing mix on top of it and smoked it. Dude,
you just put the dressing like out of the box, like dry?
No. He put like a bread. He soaked it. He soaked it and everything. He made it dressing, but he put sausage on the bottom.
Oh,
okay. All right.
I told him.
You're still gonna keep moisture with the
it was fucking
juices from the sausage and everything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Now listen, on that note, and I've already told him this. At any point in time, that it will never be forced or rape if he actually makes love to me after eating that stuff, because it was that good.
It's just a forever blanket consent.
Yeah, it's a blanket. I was like, motherfucker, oh, hey, Kenny, how's it going? You doing good? Oh,
hey, hurry up, man. I gotta go.
I mean, he at least has to give you
don't even give me a reach around. I don't need it.
He's got to give you at least 24 hours notice, so that way you
no,
can
fuck that. No. He can gang rank me.
No, because
I leave this fucking
just
building.
setting him up for failure, dude. Because I mean, he's gonna go in white but come out chocolate, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you need some prep.
Something.
That's just
you being in the Air Force. You above anybody else in this meeting right now. This podcast. No, unequivocally more than anybody else, how vital it is to maintain your runway.
Or I just keep it clean all the time.
Foreign object damage.
Right? I mean,
you got to do your pod walkthrough. Come on.
If it wasn't for the Air Force's impeccable sense of cleanliness, we would have never gotten our wheels up off the ground because the loadmasters would have just let everything through.
I mean, that's true.
Just kind of putting it out there. All right. So getting back to our scores.
One more joke. I'll just have the runway clean at all times. Keep it maintained just in case that day happens.
But what I'm hearing is that David Dickerman at 2006 on the 29th of November in the year of our Lord 2022 has just announced to the entire world that he's going to go on a permanent liquid diet.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh fuck, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah,
getting back to our scores, because at some point we need to get to the segment where I call my kid.
This is what happens when you have a podcast with 3 ADD guys that can't stay on topic to save their lives.
I mean, this is definitely not the show for people with a short attention span.
I'm saying, who does that?
God, last 2 episodes, I'm like, man, we're jumping through this. We need.
I mean, it's my fault. Papa. You're saying it's my fault. I'm the one that's bringing everything down. I'm the one taking everything off the rails. That's what I heard. All right.
I mean, all I'm saying is that I got to make. I've got one great point to make to prove that I don't have ADHD, but I mean, it's.
Hey, son of a bitch. Show off.
Dude, all right. So this book here, the Reagan Diaries, all the diaries that he kept while he was in the White House, this is an amazing book.
Oh, is it?
That would be a good one.
All right, so getting back to football here, American football. We picked the Dolphins.
No, you don't have to qualify it. No. We don't have to qualify it. This was
I
set.
think
Remember, this was set.
no. Let me quantify this. I think for in the spirit of the World Cup and the fact that the men's team actually managed to win a World Cup game, I need to say American football.
Then we actually got listeners from England and Germany. So,
I mean, we did until I made fun of the fact that we well.
We were international, and then we fucked it up in one episode. That's
right.
Right.
It's like, so we're not going to talk about the Navy linebacker from last year.
Oh shit, that's right. How are we not knocked off of YouTube?
I mean, they get it right. There was even a midshipman with the last name Gay.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, okay, we'll talk about this at the end of the show.
I mean, we could talk about the cock all day long, but I'm talking about the roosters that wake me up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, baby.
Oh, I figured it out.
Anyways, so the Dolphins managed to get us back on the winning side of things by beating the Texans 30-15. They doubled up on them, as a matter of fact. Next up, we had the Bears over the Jets. I should have known better than to pick the Bears 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Because the Jets remembered that they were playing great football for the first half of the season, and they beat the Bears 31-10.
Jeez.
Thank the Bears. Gave people in the Meadowlands something to cheer about, because good Lord knows that the Giants ain't doing it for them. Then we had the Bengals picked to beat the Titans. That happened 20-16. Derrick Henry broke the hearts of everybody on that drafted him in the fantasy leagues. He was on his way, well on his way. In fact, he came within one step on his way to scoring his fantasy owners a 75+ yard touchdown, rushing touchdown. He was stripped of the ball at the 1 yard line, fumbled it, but it was recovered by one of his Tennessee teammates. Ultimately, they still scored the touchdown, but it was a bad day fantasy-wise for Derrick Henry. Moving on. That's how much I care. All right. We had the Washington. Let me back up. We had the District of Columbia Commanders picked to beat the Atlanta Falcons. That happened 19-13. I was willing to take the L on that one because I didn't care about that game. And then we had the Chargers over the Cardinals, David. That happened 25-24. Then we had the Seahawks picked to beat the Raiders. That should have been a no-brainer. They were playing in the House of Boom, right? Playing at home in Seattle. Quite arguably one of the most, if not the loudest venue in all of the NFL, right? The Raiders went in there, figured out how to play football again, and beat the Seahawks 40-34. And then we had the Chiefs over the Rams. 26-10 in favor of the Chiefs. And then came the Sunday night game where we picked the 49ers to beat the New Orleans Saints. And in this case, the New Orleans Aints didn't even get on the scoreboard, and they lost 13-0. See what I did there? That was a pretty good segue.
Somewhat good. Now
we had the Eagles over the Packers. Eagles did manage to win 40-33. And then we had the Colts picked last night to beat the Steelers. I saw a meme today on Reddit, and it was Jeff Saturday, their new interim head coach, with a caption that goes across it, and it's like one of them like old Nike Just Do It ads. It said, "Fuck them timeouts." Jeff Saturday does not like calling timeout for any reason at all. I think a majority of it is because of the fact that he had quarterbacks that were worth a damn controlling the clock and calling the timeouts for him when he was a center. The Colts lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-24. So that concludes this week's picks. Now, what what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to.
Do you want to get Colin on for the joke?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him on here real quick. Scooch over here.
So while he's doing that, yeah, the did you watch that video that I sent you, Chris, or no? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Basically what that's saying, and he docks the people that actually did support Art Blue. That was the thing that I pissed off about.
Yes, there were, and I got to walk a tightrope here because we are recording, but there were individuals, but it wasn't done as a corporate thing.
No, it wasn't done as a corporate
And
thing.
that's what
I'm saying.
everybody is blowing up because
Yeah.
yeah.
And what a lot of people don't understand is that the company hires people. They don't go up as like, oh, you're a Democrat? No, get the fuck out. No. Some vets I know are Democrats.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat for a while.
What, the new
Yeah.
one? Or you got
I
Ragnarok?
just and what's really sad is the guy that's been saying this
Fixing to
shit,
beat
he's
it.
like,
It took
oh,
me
you
a
don't
while
even
because you know the whole moving thing, but
Right, I got you.
It's
I'm
Talk
gonna
about it
beat
later.
it in 25 hours, like gameplay wise.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So did you hear what Colin just said, guys?
Mm-mm.
He's
I
been
heard
playing the new
25
God of
hours.
War Ragnarok, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
How is it?
campaign itself is supposed to have close to 35 hours.
Nice.
He's about to beat it in 25 hours.
Yeah,
Dang.
I've done it all the time.
Wow, okay, cool. All right.
It's
Fighting
because I
Thor.
bypassed a lot of the storyline too.
Well,
so
do you want to maybe pause that so that way you can focus on the?
Oh
on
no,
your
no, I
doing?
know, I'm
Okay.
paused. It's in the living room right now.
Oh, okay. All right. You ready for your opening?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, listeners near, far, foreign, and domestic. 13 and a half years ago, my genetic code was spread and it sprang forth onto this world, the likes of which God had never seen. Nobody asked her. Nobody asked her at all.
What?
I'm gonna mute
Is
her.
that right?
No, that was Alexa. Yeah, yeah.
Stupid.
I'm telling you, man.
that was almost good.
Oh, that was
good.
fantastic.
I'm gonna try this again here.
Okay.
13 and a
Round
half years
2.
ago, my genetic code was released, and it sprang forth the likes of which God had never seen. To bring forth the savagery, the debonairess, the dapper, the intellectual, and the humorous ramblings and musings of my son. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angry faithful, it is that time once again that you have come to know, love, look forward to, and plan your calendars around. It's joke time with Colin.
What do you call? Okay, what do you call it when you masturbate high? Hijacking.
What did he say?
What do you call it when you masturbate while high? A hijacking.
That was great.
Wow. Is that your one for the week?
Yep.
That's what you're going with?
Yep.
That's a bold move, Cotton. I think it paid off. Wow.
That was good. Oh, my daughter.
Hey, I've
daughter.
got one for you, Colin.
Hmm.
Why can't you demolish a wall that has a glory hole in it?
Why?
Because it's load bearing.
What? That's it? All I got was a head shake from you, Chris.
Stupid.
Not mad.
You're mad.
Disappointed. I'm just disappointed.
He said I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
No.
Okay. All right. You know what? I would expect nothing less from you. Bravo, sir. Bravo. In fact, just for you, you see right there? Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Go ahead. Fucker.
So when we
I-
get canceled off of YouTube, it's not my
I missed that the first time. I missed it.
It was a small glimpse.
I had the wrong
Big deal.
glasses on. Yeah, I had the wrong
Yeah,
glasses.
you know, I mean,
It was
Hey,
just a small
she
glance.
didn't marry me for that.
Little look.
I mean, I've got a really great personality, though.
Hey, just so you know, I probably need a haircut this weekend, Buck.
All right, man. We'll hook it up for you. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a call later. Give brother a hug for me. Tell him I love you all 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I said, what? Wait, what?
I said I love you all 3,000, and you went,
Oh. Love you 3,000.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Later, guy.
There.
I mean, that was that had Ditto energy to it.
I know, right? Or I
Like,
know.
that could have been just a finger gun kind of thing.
Well,
But
to
no-
hold true to tradition, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was my genetic code on display for your ear holes and your eye holes. I hope that it left you weepy and sopping wet.
It
Thank
did
you for
indeed.
participating and enjoying another segment and installment of Joke Time with Colin. Now, can we get to the new or get to next week's picks? Because, good Lord, I'm feeling like I need to take control of something here. If it wasn't for
That's
okay.
cute. You think you run things here?
I
You're
know,
so
right?
adorable.
Look,
I let Chris have more reins than you.
that's just because he lets you play in his beard.
I just take that bit in my teeth and just run with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's more manly. You basically Samson your beard. You should have kept it, but you didn't. Now I have to go somewhere else.
Fear the beard.
Oh. Is it hot in here? Is it just me?
Goodness.
Well, it depends. You might want to turn down the vibrating butt plug, David.
It's not
No,
on.
he's got it on the remote. That's what I'm running on my phone right now. Bluetooth connected, runs off Wi-Fi. It's good to go, man.
Oh.
Get with the times, Johnny. Come on, man. You're living
No, I possess one of those remotes too.
in
Yeah, but
Do
he
you think it's still
eases
connected?
it up. He eases it up.
But
You
because,
just
but
mash.
because my dearly beloved substitute teaches, it would be kind of inappropriate for me to like.
That's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be inappropriate.
She's dude. She works at elementary schools, bro. That's just no.
I just
To quote Harlan Williams, man, no, not love. Homo sapien. Did I say homo?
I'm not a fish. I'm a man.
I'm a man. I want your fruit. I want your cocktail fruit.
dude, I had a guy when I
That's
was
part of that whole prison segment was like Cheech Marin. Or no, Tommy Chong was
No,
like,
it's probably
yeah, right, Mr. Fuzzy Nuts. He's like,
I had to do the entire Killer the Dog scene monologue.
Kill
Every time a friend of
guy in
mine
the house.
Kuwait seen me.
wake up. Did you kill Killer, yo? No, man. He rolls back over because you know what? I don't know why, man, but I believe him, yo.
Hey, man on the couch.
Yeah, he's like, Killer was born to run to the litter to a bitch of a mother.
Started hitting the pipe.
Hey, Kenny,
You see the
Kenny,
paw? I'm like, bro.
Oh my god.
hey,
Alabama, you're my only friend.
hey guys, my brother-in-law has a fun fact. Everybody can look at it on the Instagram or super secret group chat. Fun fact: no state requires a dog to carry a permit.
It was 100% true. Absolutely true.
That's true. Yeah. I just, I don't see my dog carrying a 50 cal. I'm just putting it out there.
Not,
Dog.
not a 50 cal, but they're
Hey, no.
they make those small M134s, and then you get the little trailer behind them. Like,
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You're right.
Get a dire wolf and have him carry around Mount Deuces.
no, long.
Or I could just put faith in my dog like the Grinch did. His dog, like Max.
Just load him down.
Right.
Dude, he could run a saw. Come on.
Right. Yeah.
Saws are not that heavy. They can.
You're right. And we're about to get really great deals on saws too, because the Army's changing everything over.
Exactly.
No, it's all going to
Either that, or they're
Like
going to hand
surplus.
all of their. No, I know what's going to happen. They're going to hand all their M4s, their M16s, their 249s. They're going to give them to the Marine Corps. Because the Marines always bitching. We get all the broke shit.
We do owe them for having to sign over all the tanks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We did steal all of their tanks. I will give. I'll
Yes.
give that.
All right, so this Thursday night, we've got the Bills visiting Foxborough to play the Patriots. Even with Josh Allen's bad elbow. Now, don't get me wrong, Mac Jones is going to be a great quarterback, and he's a good quarterback now. I just think the Bills are going to take it over the Patriots. I mean, it's the Patriots' division to lose. I mean, not the Patriots. It's the Bills division to lose.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, I mean, they're going to go in and they're going to lock horns, and I think that the Patriots are going to catch the short end of this game.
I gotta agree.
Next up, we've got the
It's gonna be an
Steelers.
interesting game, but I gotta agree.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm finally glad to see that at least towards the end of the season, that these Thursday night games on Amazon on Prime Video are not snooze fests. I mean,
Right.
horrible. I'm like, oh God. We got the Steelers at the Falcons.
I go Steelers on that one.
Yeah, you thinking Steelers? All right, we'll go with that.
Reluctantly, but I think the Steelers will squeak it out.
Yeah, I mean,
Falcons just had nothing going on this year.
yeah. I mean, it's not like they've got to worry about a drunk, overweight frat boy, groping women in the restroom at halftime.
Not this year. Anyway.
Not naming any names, but his initials are Ben Roethlisberger.
For long
He was actually good. Of course, the only reason why I watched
quarterback, what? And I think a lot of that is just bad PR. I'm not saying that he didn't do things, but I'm just saying that the woman that did come forward, I mean, she could have sold it a little bit better. I mean, her story did kind of fall apart there at the end, but not going to get into that because that will get us canceled.
But also,
go ahead.
I think Steelers went a little bit downhill only because their greatest freaking defense was Palomino.
Yeah, but I mean,
After he left,
I mean, let's face it. I mean, Matt Ryan, I think he's going to retire, or he asked for a release or something like that.
He's retiring.
He can't get away from the 328 at all. Like his last pass as a member of the Colts was an interception, and he threw it with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the game. I mean, I wish I could.
That's of all things to be caught up with.
I'm just like, oof. But we got the Donkeys playing in Baltimore against the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to be out for a little bit of blood.
Yes, they are.
They're showing against the
Oh
Steelers.
no, he's not retiring. They're saying that his arm is Albert Beer. Many scouts around the league feel Ryan's arm is done. So he might not even be picked up.
Yeah. Well, let's just kind of put it this way. I mean, if his arm is done, I mean, I know it's not fair, but the whole blowing a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl is that's his legacy.
Yeah. That's what everybody's going to remember him for.
Oh yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent. That's what he's going to be known for.
Yeah. So we got the Packers at the Bears. We're going with the Packers.
Yeah. Mainly because I'm not going to let you pit the Bears 3 times in a row.
See, now this is the interesting pick. We've got the Jaguars at the Lions. I'm taking Detroit.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
This is truly the pick between the shit sandwich or the douche and the shit sandwich.
It's between the football bats and the soup sandwiches, right? So
there you go. That's exactly where I'm going with
that. But seeing what I saw from the Lions on Thanksgiving Day.
If they can carry that momentum,
yes, I'm with you.
Plus,
then I'd say yeah.
Plus, they've got an extra couple of days of rest. So yeah, I mean,
that's true. You know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, I gotta go with you. I gotta go Detroit.
Lions over the Jags. Now, okay, here's going to be the pick that I'm just like, okay. The Cleveland Browns are coming to Houston to play the Texans at NRG Stadium.
Oh God.
Now, I want to pick the Browns here because
I do want to go with the Browns.
I'm sure Lovie Smith is a very qualified and intelligent man as far as football goes, but the job that he has done with Houston this year is absolutely shit-tastic. I mean, we're talking horrible.
If you had, and this is the challenge I'm going to put to you. If you had one good thing to say about what Houston has done this year, name one good thing.
They've boosted a lot of other teams' stats.
Story. That was a true story.
that was quick too.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it all picked out in my head. The second you said if you had one positive thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, in that case, then you have to go with Cleveland. There's just home field advantage is going to be literally nothing in this because.
I mean, dude, let's put it this way. When I went to week 1, when they tied against the Colts, I mean, there were people booing in this. I mean, the boo birds came out like in force. It's
in week 1.
You know, I had fans up there in the nosebleed seats yelling at Lovie Smith, going like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm sitting here going, I wore this jersey because it was on 9/11, right? I wore this jersey to the game because I'm like, I've got no dog in the fight. I'm just there to watch a football game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, I want the Texans to win because I don't want to catch into a fist. I don't want to get caught up in a fist fight on my way out of the stadium, because there's a lot of loud and overzealous Colts fans that live in the area, right? not to mention the ones that, travel well,
Mm.
when the game ended in a tie, and the way that it ended in tie was like both teams just kind of gave up. And they were just like, oh, we're just going to play for a tie. Dude, the amount of silence walking out of that stadium was deafening. Nobody was looking at each other. Everybody was looking at their phones. People were
Yeah.
calling, they were like, hey, can I get an Uber? I mean, it was like guys were calling their wives were calling their girlfriends, were like, hey, meet us over at the car. We're just going to drink for a little bit. I'm just like sitting there going, God.
Just defeated, an absolutely defeated team.
Both teams, I mean, both fan bases, they were just like, I got to go catch a plane. Like, I'm going to get to the airport a little bit early today. It's,
I'm going to pretend that I didn't come here at all.
Right. Okay, so now here's the pick that I don't want to have to make. It's the Jets playing the Vikings. The Jets played well last week.
Yes, they did.
The Vikings got away with one last week.
Vikings still have something to prove though after that loss to the Cowboys.
Yeah, don't mention that.
Yeah, that was the first.
Oh, I'm gonna mention
You can keep your
as-
you can keep your dirty mouth shut on.
Nope,
that.
as often as loudly as I possibly can, because how about them Cowboys?
I mean, much like the Dallas Cowboy defense did to the Viking offense, David's picks that week didn't see the end zone.
Yeah. So,
What I'm hearing
that
is-
fucking plug it.
What I'm hearing is I'm not allowed to miss any more episodes. That's what I'm hearing.
God.
My takeaway from this is I'm not allowed to miss it.
And we'll go over one of the reasons why you missed. No. We'll definitely go over one of the reasons why I missed one of the episodes that you missed, and the reason why, because I'm interested in that, and it just showed up on my feed. The reason why you missed, and I'm seriously upset that you didn't show your face on that little 8-minute little video.
Talking to me,
No, Chris.
What?
Oh.
Oh no! Well, I mean, I was in the crowd. There's a group picture somewhere of me.
Yeah.
I'm
you would
I'm
think
not
for-
important enough to stand up there when there's a $200,000.
You know what it is? It's
Yeah,
he's
no,
not
right.
too familiar with the front of your face. He's more about the back of your head.
Well, that's easy. All you have to do is get one of those goddamn fucking toilet plungers and just ride that shit out.
All right, so are we taking the Vikings or are we taking the Jets? I'm stepping away from that subject right now, because I've got nothing constructive to add to the lexicon.
Ladies and gentlemen listening at home, if it's not clear already, I am the compass, the moral center, the godly soul of this entire show.
Just because you have a Jesus beard does not make you the
That's
If anything, you're a stressful week away from from playing a very successful mall Santa.
Oh, I have the pictures of that. I still have the pictures of that.
funny you would say that, actually. I may or may not confirm that there could possibly already be a Santa video of me in the ether somewhere.
I'm not
that
paying
has
your
been
monthly
released.
subscription fee to see that.
Come on, it's only $5.
I am.
I'm not saying it's on a site that rhymes with Polly pants, but
Oxford, Oxford. God, I can't. Oxford.
OnlyFans?
Foxtrot.
Right.
Oscar Foxtrot.
Right. Okay. All right.
It could. I'm just saying there. It may or may not exist. but it definitely does exist.
Pete
It's
Flinders.
awesome. I'm throwing presents out of a helicopter. It's fantastic. Anyways.
So, are we taking the Jets or are we taking the Vikings? I kind of want to say Vikings, but I don't know something.
My
tells me-
gut-
I'm with you on the Vikings.
My gut says Vikings.
Let's go with the Vikings.
Did we just all three agree on a difficult pick? What the hell?
Yeah,
This
according
show is going to shit in a hurry.
it
man.
really is. It really is. So we got canceled.
Again? We've been canceled 4 times just this episode.
We have the District of Columbia Commanders going into the Meadowlands to play the New York Football Giants. I'm going to take the Giants on that one.
God, go Giants. Yeah.
I don't know anything.
They did play a hell of a game on Thursday. I will give them that.
Yeah, they did. They did. All right, next it's the Titans at Philadelphia. And as bad as I hate to say it, gotta take the Eagles on this one
It
too.
literally tastes like hot garbage in my mouth when I say it.
I think how I
But-
felt. All right. So a couple of years back, I can't remember the exact scenario, but we had to root as Red Sox fans, we had to root for the Yankees to win to clinch our division. As a Red Sox nation as a whole, we had to go to church, say Hail Marys, do a
I don't think there's enough bleach in the world to wash away that stain.
I feel like Ace Ventura after he found out about Eagle Einhorn. being a
Einhorn is a
person.
Oh, did I? Hey,
Any
Chris.
more gum, Ace? That's a personal question, Dan, and I'll invite you to stay out of my personal life.
You're a weird dude, Ace.
Mentioning that, did I tell you that the one of the guys that interviewed Brock Barrows for what the hell? You know who his brother is? Barrows from coach from Miami Dolphins.
No way.
He was like, yeah, my brother coaches them. I was like, who's your and I'm dumb. I don't know football, so I had to look it up. I'm like, who the Dolphins? What are you talking? What are we talking about? Those rapey little fucking mammals.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I've had to have a talk with people. No, I had to talk. I talked to the skydivers. The
Those
All-American
things are.
group. They're rapey.
They are.
And he was talking about, it's like, yeah, me and my kids are thinking
Horrible
about going to Hawaii. I'm taking the kids and going to Hawaii. We're gonna swim in the
Dude,
dolphins.
No, you better put a chastity belt.
Rapey fucking animals.
oh my God. He had this golden moment of miracle memory. I mean, this is core memory shit that he had planned out for his family. And you took it and just drove a blacked out pedo van right through the middle of it.
Not even that. I also told him that those things, the sperm shoots like 14 feet.
Good God. Okay.
It's enough
Happy
pressure
family
to
memory,
probably
just-
take out a leg.
So I'm taking Seattle to beat the Rams.
That's good, but I'm seriously. I want to see the
That's good,
seat.
bud.
I'm trying to get through these fucking picks, man.
I just want to hear the ER doctor was like, what happened to his leg? Oh, a dolphin ejaculated on his leg and shot that motherfucker off.
Oh my God. This is why you need me here, man.
Yeah, you are no
All right,
longer.
I'm gonna take the mic away so you can finish these picks.
Yes. Thank you.
So Seahawks, huh?
Thank you.
Seahawks.
Thank you for breathing like in real life and you backed away from the dick. Good Lord. Yes. We're going to take the Seahawks over the Rams. And then we got the Dolphins going to San Francisco. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got hurt. So I don't know if it's a knee injury or what. But I still kind of want to lean the way of the 49ers. Actually, you know what?
I
Let's
don't
go
think
with
so.
Miami on that one.
I gotta go Miami.
David, you don't have the microphone. You're not allowed to comment. So don't even be looking up nothing.
Just spurt once for yes and twice for no.
No,
That was
no, no.
I think I might be back. I might be back on this one. Okay.
Just like that. We bring it back around.
It's going to take us an hour to get through these picks.
It's been about 40 minutes, yeah.
So we got the Chiefs playing the Bengals in Cincinnati.
Chiefs.
I still kind of want to take the Chiefs on that one. Yeah.
Gotta go Chiefs.
Next, we've got the Chargers visiting Las Vegas. You know, for those of you who are listening strictly on Spotify, Google, or whatever it is, Apple.
Actually, they can watch us on Spotify now. I just put it on the videos now.
For those of you who are audio only, David is trying to throw the show as far off the rails as humanly possible without the use of a microphone.
He's not even using chat either, which I'm surprised.
Right. I mean,
They can't see chat. So
Yeah, you realize that we're in the same messaging group, right?
yeah, but they can't see the chat, but they can see me fucking
No,
around.
oh yeah.
So that's
That's just a daily thing, though, right? You make that sound like it's unusual. Like,
it's not.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely, 100% yes. I
Okay.
agree, and the motion carries.
Okay, so we've got the Chargers going to Las Vegas. I mean, yes, Las Vegas managed to put up 40 points last week, but it's the Chargers, and as disjointed as the Chargers are, the Raiders are even more so. So I'm kind of leaning towards the Chargers on this one.
Agreed.
Then I'm just going to go ahead and say who we're picking. We're picking the Cowboys over the Colts.
Yeah. I don't want to say that's the golden lock of the game, of the week,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that is the grade A golden lock.
Right, there you go. It gets the angry me seal of approval. We've got the Saints going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay still trying to figure out who they are. Tom Brady took his first L after the divorce from Giselle. But I'm still wanting to say that Tampa Bay is going to have what, you know, I mean, New Orleans is going to come in, they're not going to have an answer.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, at the end of the day, Brady is still Brady. That was
the Monday night game. So yeah, the only two
What?
teams by the week this week are the Panthers and the Cards. So just to kind of recap, because I know it took us like almost an hour to get here, but the
why
Bills
is it the picks are always the part? It always takes us the longest to do the picks. Why is it?
Because we fuck around on those.
well
We
that
fuck around on every segment.
Kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, we oversold ourselves for the professor job. So we're in this auditorium full of Davids trying to explain.
Oversold. I straight up lied on my resume. Like I don't think one single. I don't even know if I put the right name on mine.
I mean, you
I
only
think
get
I lied on
you're
every
supposed to
single
get
part
like
of my resume.
300 points on your SAT for just getting your name right.
I know Jack gets his name right every time.
Jack Manville gets my name right every single time because he will only use my first and last name together. He will only ever call me Chris Jack.
Did you just say that he uses first and last name to get there?
Together. No, I mean he does that too.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear.
It's a very sweet and subtle form of foreplay.
Just remember, 45 minutes of foreplay do not constitute for an hour of sex.
No,
Fuck no.
No.
it doesn't. It doesn't replace it necessarily.
I think you're wrong on that math, sir. I need you to go back
No.
to physics.
No. Okay, so let me go back to let me revise my statement and apply David physics here. 45 minutes of foreplay does not constitute for 46 minutes of sex.
45 and a half.
Well, it'd be 46 minute sessions.
Not over
45
not
minutes of
overexerting
which
myself.
is the foreplay.
I'm giving you some credit, David, to say that it's not going to take you but maybe 15, 20 seconds to get your clothes off, and then another 15 to 20 to get them back on and go out the door before she charges you for another hour.
Okay, that's fine then.
So that's just economical right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
Then it becomes
you pay- it's like any kind of, it's like any kind of service. You got to the first hour is the most charged you get. I mean,
Yeah.
electrician shows up, it's like $75, but after a while, it's like $20.
Yeah, I went to basic with a guy. I'm not going to mention his name because I'm still friends with him.
but
Maybe.
he knows who he is.
He knows who it is. We went on Family Day Pass, right? Family Day weekend.
Mm.
And a lot of the single guys whose families did not come in, they went to VD Drive. You know what I'm talking about, Chris, right?
All
And then
too well.
they stayed in that motel that's over there by the Peachtree Mall.
Oh God.
And he comes back and he proclaims, he's like, I'm fucking pissed. And we're like, what happened? He was like, I paid for a hooker and then I had to jerk off. I still had to jerk off after she left. Like, everybody's like, they're like, damn, dude.
See, you got to read the fine print, the satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. The fine print, man. That's amateur hour.
I mean, like, results may vary, but then you need to go somewhere else.
Exactly. Frankly, that's your fault at that point.
I mean, you can think about somebody else, maybe. Flip her over and take a trip to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I don't know, man.
Literally,
No, sometimes the most
He struck me as kind of a frat boy, so I mean, he could always go Greek.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
just yeah. I mean,
okay.
only a work crime once. After the second time, right?
In his defense, I had this one chick. I literally had a fake orgasm because I wasn't getting anywhere with the chick, and she was hot. It was just wallowing in there. I was so fucking pissed off. It was
So
the
you're saying
first
spit
and
on
only
her back?
time. Huh?
What'd you do? Spit on her back?
I was just say, how do you fake an orgasm? I'm interested.
Jerk it. You just and you flex your.
Okay, but when she goes to clean up though, and there's nothing doing.
He's dehydrated.
Yeah, you have to go with
Maybe.
dehydration.
I hadn't had a lot
That
of
actually does. That is a thing though. It's harder for you to, produce an orgasm.
I saw this on Reddit. Was it Reddit or Twitter? I cannot remember which. This guy was talking about, he goes, I was watching porn one day and this guy pulls out and just dribbles all over this poor girl's face. And he's like, no, she deserves better. You go and you hydrate, come back, and you give that woman the facial she deserves.
I saw that. He's like, I sat here for 30 minutes and this is all I get. He's like, no.
You go drink some water and hydrate and come right back.
Yes. Oh my God. See, you hear that? You hear that, guys? Men out there, it pays to hydrate.
What a
But anyways, getting back what me and Chris was talking about.
H2O.
That's what I call it, H2O.
My mom said that the reason why David's always grumpy because he got a toothache.
got all that teeth and no toothbrush. Something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
What did you say about my mama?
Well, let's hear what Mama has to say on the subject.
Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies and I like
Too.
But anyways, getting back to what me and Chris was talking about when you're calling Colin, that person is a piece of shit.
He just lives to. Again, I gotta walk a fine line here. He just shows up everywhere just to stir up shit. I don't understand it.
And
I wish he would find a real hobby, but yeah.
well, he's getting it for the clout. That's all he's doing.
Well, that's true. But on the other hand, see, if you're looking at this from a marketing standpoint, every time he comments, he just drives our traffic even further. So it's really just doing us a favor. So
it's one of those
thank you.
Bad. There's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah. So thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah. And the thing that pissed me off, there was only two things that pissed me off the most. Like three things, yeah. One was he put in the two people's names from your company online to where they can everybody can see, which that's a piece of shit move. I will not dox anybody,
right,
at all. If I keep like right now, I'm not mentioning the guy's name who did this shit because I don't want you to go trafficking around and try to find this motherfucker and give him a little bit of extra, a couple of cents.
Yeah,
that's what I'm pissed off about.
That's what he wants too, though.
Yeah, and that's how he gets his business and everything.
Yeah,
and another thing he did was he was like, well, Republicans are assholes too and everything, and they've done. I'm like, where are you at? I mean, seriously. And then he was like, well, I understand capitalism. I was like,
I don't think you do.
I don't, and I just don't get. I mean, I listened to it. It was my fault for even clicking on that thing because I thought it was like one of those coffee reviews. I like watching those because I'll find a different company that is like, I want to get this one guy that I keep on following on TikTok. I think I sent him your way. He's from Texas, but he was an oil field worker and he's doing the same thing.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I want him on the show. I need to find a way to get a message to him or something like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that'd be great.
And he's fucking hilarious because he's like stirring his coffee with like fucking dildos and vibrators.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's basically he's like 2014 or 2015 Black Rifle Coffee.
Yes, I mean he'll wear a teddy, see-through teddy.
Yeah, he's got some crazy shit.
Yeah, and I want to get him on the show. But
as soon as you said what he stirs his coffee with, I know because he uses a purple one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the video that I like.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head here, but I know
I'll figure it out. But I'm trying to, if anybody that has any clout and find this motherfucker and get him on a show, thank you. I'm still trying. I mean, I know we're like really, really small, so we can talk shit.
Hey, the fuck you mean we? You got a mouse in your pocket or something?
I'm really, really small.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you. Average. Average is the word you're looking for.
Average.
I'm really average. Extraordinarily average.
But no, that was another thing.
To be fair, Chris, David is a legend in his own bathroom.
That is true.
This is true.
Right up to the point where he falls asleep in his own hand.
Yeah. Or passes out and hits the freaking corner of a freaking bed because
because then that's how you come up with things like the flux capacitor, and we're not there yet.
That was the edge of the toilet.
No, it wasn't.
Well, that was a sink.
This shit really happened. I was taking a hot shower And
Was it to burn the sins away?
it was to burn the something away. Is make sure Zoe get burned out before they hit the freaking thing, and I ended up making it like a toilet goblin.
Burn the sins away.
But anyway,
God,
anyways, apparently, I got too hot, and as soon as I hit that cold air, knocked right the fuck out and hit the corner of the bed when I was in the in my dorm room. I had to explain to. They're like, "Were you drunk?" I mean, everybody was like, "You're young. You were drunk. You were drunk." I was like, "No." And finally, this hot nurse just like. She's like, what really happened? You're not like too dehydrated. I was like,
listen. Allow me to demonstrate.
I can't tell you, ma'am. I'm
was
fully awake. And finally my first sergeant was like, were you drunk? He was the only one that fucking knew this shit. I was like, First Sergeant, you're gonna laugh your ass off after I tell you what happened. He's like, okay. And I told him exactly what happened. He's like, motherfucker, get a beer. We're having a beer. I'm calling your parents right now. He called my parents. He's like, hey, is he allowed to have a beer? And he had it on. He had one of the chief listening. He's like, what? Why was he getting a beer? Because this motherfucker needs it. That's what the hit.
If anybody,
and I'm not gonna repeat this shit, but yeah, he needs this beer, and we're gonna make sure he finishes it here, and we'll give him a ride home. So, anyways,
they must do that shit differently everywhere else. Because I mean, an infantry first sergeant would be like, I ain't calling fucking nobody.
It would have been that look you just gave right there. It would have just been the blink, blink, and just walk away. He literally would not have said a fucking word. It would have just been the disappointed father look.
Right.
The what the fuck is wrong with you? And just walk away.
Well, the difference between a first sergeant in the Air Force and a first sergeant in Army is a first sergeant one has a little diamond, and he's actually a correspondent to the commander. Our first sergeant is never the same.
Well, what pay grade? Because our first sergeant is an E8.
E7. They just have to be master sergeant. It's a different career field.
No, is it first sergeant? Yeah,
first sergeant in the Air Force is a different career field because it's an actual job. Because what they do is he was the one that gets the call from Red Cross. Because when my mom passed, he was the one that came to my door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an actual career field in the Air Force.
Yeah, I would have gone through the chaplain's office in there.
Yeah, the Red Cross normally gets a hold of division, and then it filters down to the brigade, and then eventually with the battalion.
Yeah,
the chaplain will get a hold of. Actually, chaplain doesn't get in.
Probably
go to him.
No, but it would run through. Honestly, probably go through CQ first and run to staff duty and then CQ.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're in the field or you're deployed, and then your chain of command.
Well, then
but,
right.
Yeah, I don't know, but guys, I think it's time that we land the plane.
Yes, sir.
Because we hit vicious pockets of turbulence this week.
You are welcome. It's what I do.
Yes, sir.
It was literally my job description. Just fuck shit up.
Yeah.
No, you were the calm and the steady. You were the safe harbor, Chris.
Listen, if I'm ever considered the safe harbor, if I am the calm voice of reason in this relationship going on here, then we're all kinds of fucking trouble.
Well, nobody said that this was a functional or you know, and we are dysfunctional and broken.
We put the functional in dysfunction.
We
Your
do.
jagged edges match perfectly in mine. You complete me.
Anyways, everybody, I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And I am Chris Jacka.
And thank you for watching or listening to Nerd Sports episode 5.
Flawless victory.